It's the MSNBC freak show of four analysts trying to nail Trump for misinformation. This is going to be tied to aliens. That's a stretch. Welcome to John Mike Keene. Watch this.
So, Steph, one of the things the Trump campaign has latched onto in terms of disinformation or false claims, the way they've seized onto this idea of a $750 payment.
Disinformation, false claims, that's what they keep saying is they could bring up lawsuits on, they can shut down misinformation and stop your speech. Well, I just want to take you back to this unidentified flying object.
This first one is an MQ-9 in the Middle East. That blow up, which is an apparent spherical object, you'll see it come through the top of the screen. There it goes. And then the camera will slew to follow it. You'll see it pop in and out of the field of view there. This is essentially all of the data we have associated with this event from some years ago.
That's a UFO. I don't believe in aliens, so don't get me wrong. But why, John Mike Keene, would you bring this up here? Because that is Pentagon misinformation where they kept these files secret from you. We'll get to it at the end. We're going to bust that one wide open. But first, Stephanie Ruhle at MSNBC tries to put a coherent thought together.
Why they think it's a talking point, but give us the truth.
If you're going to get no sense of the truth by what she says.
Donald Trump claiming, yes, if you can get it, he's just going to, Joe Biden is just going to give you this candy, this $750. So it's as though you got something and there will be absolutely nothing behind it. So if they try to give it to you, refuse that money. Because if you take the money, you're basically signing off saying, I won't take anything else from the government.
She's making all this up just right off the top of her head.
It's just a flat out lie, right? So on one hand, we should be talking about how dangerous this is and problematic and how stupid it makes the Trump campaign look. However, they don't do any of these things by accident. Mm-hmm. So it makes you wonder and it makes you worry about the political calculation, because we can all sit here and talk about how dangerous it is.
This is a conspiracy theory where she's implying that Trump doesn't do this stuff by accident, but that he's seeding ground with lies and misinformation, even as she spews her own spin on this, which is lies and misinformation.
But many of the people in these areas aren't watching us right now. They don't even have access to national news, given what they're going through. And you worry that in these states where every vote counts, is it perversely going to help them?
And that's what really troubles her, is that Kamala's response to disasters could help Trump. That's what she's really mourning. And that's the damage control they're trying to do. Now, what does this have to do with aliens? Well, she's talking about misinformation, and they always mean it about Trump. They never mean it about the Pentagon. Here's Michael Schellenberger, who's a great journalist, talking about classified documents that are being held from Congress, which is illegal. And he later calls it misinformation. Watch this.
A new whistleblower has come forward with a written report that this person has shared with some members of Congress and with me. And the report is quite extraordinary. It says that there is an unacknowledged special access program called Immaculate Constellation.
Immaculate Constellation is this spooky upper chamber of secret information that has not been released to the public there.
And apparently a very large database of high quality photographs, videos, infrared videos, apparently much more sophisticated documentation of many more UAP encounters than have been released.
I don't even know what I believe about that. You guys know that I am against all conspiracies and all the spook stuff, but they're hiding it from the public. They actually have a right to hide it from the public because our representation is Congress. They don't have a right to hide it from Congress, and they have been. That's illegal. That's actual misinformation.
This program exists and that it has been withheld from Congress illegally. I think it's important for viewers to understand that the first article of the United States Constitution requires congressional oversight of all of the activities of the executive branch of the United States government.
That's Article 1 is saying that Congress has to be able to oversight the executive branch, anything under his purview. That's all the Merrick Garland Department of Justice stuff. It's all our military stuff. All of that stuff has to be submitted to them, or it's considered lying, or they're misinforming you.
So whether or not you think there are extraterrestrials or non-human intelligence or anything, even if you think that all of this is just some sort of advanced craft, the allegation here by a new whistleblower verified by other sources in a position to know is that the Pentagon the Defense Department has withheld, kept secret this information from Congress, which is a violation of the Constitution and illegal.
It's illegal. We need to nail them for misinformation. They're all talking about, they just want to go after Elon Musk and Trump.
We will hold social media platforms accountable for the hate infiltrating their platforms, because they have a responsibility to help fight against this threat to our democracy. And if you profit off of hate, if you act as a megaphone for misinformation or cyber warfare, if you don't police your platforms, we are going to hold you accountable as a community.
That's what the Democrats think. Why don't they think about going after Biden's Pentagon and these spooky oversight? Let's get their stuff in front of Congress, because if not, you know what to call it.
So I think that what we're looking at here is really a story about the abuse of power, including in potential disinformation from the Pentagon.
Disinformation from the Pentagon. Disinformation from the Pentagon. That's what we're calling this show. MSNBC should be having those 4 panels of dum-dums go after the disinformation from the Pentagon. I'm John Mike Keene.